Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we will talk about another cytoplasmic organelles which are virtually present in all living cells, but I am talking about the eukaryotic cell especially because these are the cell organelles which are absent from the prokaryotic cell. So today topic for discussion is Golgi apparatus. It is also called Golgi bodies, or in the case of plant exclusively it is called dictyosomes. Now we will discuss that what are dictyosomes, why in the case of plant these Golgi bodies or Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus they are called dictyosomes. First of all, at discovery, who discovered these important cell organelles? It was an Italian cytologist named Camillo Golgi in 1898 who discovered these important cell organelles by applying special staining techniques. As most of the biological structure they are transparent, so they can't be seen with the help of what? Electron microscope. So that is why to see these cell organelles prominent, visible, different special techniques in staining they are used. Similar is the case that these cell organelles were identified by application of special staining techniques. Now, what's the definition of Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies? In eukaryotic cell, when eukaryotic cell is observed under the electron microscope, so a stack of flattened sacs, that is cisternae, with associated vesicles can be seen. These stack of flattened sacs surrounded by cisternae with associated vesicles, they are called Golgi apparatus. It is a complex system of tubules around the central stack. It is a complex system of tubules because you see these are the different flattened tubules like structure which form a central stack just like pancakes. So this whole structure is called Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies. But in the case of plants, these Golgi apparatus which consist of units or array of Golgi type vesicles called dictyosomes. In the case of plants, these Golgi complex they are units. They are consist of arrays of Golgi type vesicles. So in the case of plant they are called dictyosomes, but in the case of animals they are simply called Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies. Now, what are dictyosomes? Dictyosomes in the case of plants they are bundle of curved flattened cisternae plus associated tubules plus secretory vesicles. So actually I have drawn the diagram of a dictyosomes which form a central stacks in the case of plants. Each unit of dictyosome, these are the units of dictyosome. This is one dictyosome, this is another, and these dictyosomes they form a central array or central stacks just like pancakes in the case of plants. These units or these dictyosomes have two faces. One is called the cis face or proximal face, which is also called forming face. Forming face will always be towards the nucleus. Consider here nucleus is present. So this region will be this face of the dictyosomes or central stack will be towards the nucleus. This is toward the nucleus. So that is why this is called cis phase, proximal phase or forming phase, because the material will come from the nucleus, passing through the nuclear membrane pores and will reach to the endoplasmic reticulum, because the closest cell organelles near to the nucleus attached with the nuclear membrane, they are endoplasmic reticulum. We have to talk about the type of endoplasmic reticulum, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So the material which are secreted from the nucleus and passing through the nuclear pores, they will pass through the rough endoplasmic reticulum, then to the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and finally reach to the cis phase or proximal phase of the dictyosomes. Dictyosome in the case of plants, Golgi, these are the Golgi bodies, but they are consist of arrays or units of Golgi type vesicles. So that is why they are called dictyosome in the case of plants, as I have mentioned here. So these secretion will come to the forming phase, because here the material will come in the form of raw material, and then these raw material will pass through these units which are called dictyosomes, which are bundle of curved, you see these are bundle of curved flattened cisternae, associated tubules plus secretory vesicle. So the material will come from the, for example, these are the secretion which are coming from the nucleus, and these material will be absorbed by the cis phase or forming phase of the dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus, and then these material will be passed through these dictyosomes, where, for example, if they are proteins coming from the nucleus, so these proteins are materials are chemical substances, they will be either stored, modified, sorted and packed into vesicles. So these are just like because these dictyosomes or Golgi bodies, they are just like a factory where different units they are working. The material in the form of raw material, they are coming to the factory where different units are working. So these raw material will be converted or modified, sorted and then packed into finished products in the form of what? In the form of secretory vesicles, and they will be pinched off from the trans phase, because this is the cis phase which is toward the nucleus, the other is the trans phase which is toward the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. So the material which are coming from the nucleus in the form of secretion, for example proteins, so these proteins will be sorted, these proteins will be modified, these proteins will be either stored or converted into or packed and converted into finished products in the form of secretory vesicles, which will be pinched off from the maturation phase, because here this is the forming phase. The material they are coming in the form of raw material. From the maturation phase or distal phase, which is toward the cell membrane, the material will be pinched off or budded off from the maturation phase in the form of what? That is finished product. These are the finished products which will be pinched off or budded off in the form of what? Secretory vesicle, and these secretory vesicles will be continuously reach to the interior of the cell towards the inner side of the cell membrane, and also it will increase the surface area of the cell membrane. And finally, these material, either they are in the form of protein, or they are in the form of glycoprotein or glycolipids, that is called glycocalyx, the important component or component of the cell membrane, which also give identification, recognition property to the cell membrane in the form of glycocalyx. So they are also the part of what these secretory vesicles. These secretory vesicles, they are also in the form of hormones, they are also in the form of enzymes, or also they are different secretions secreted from the plants, for example mucilage, latex, gums, etc. So these secretion, they will come out, or they will be exported out from the cell through the cell membrane, but for the time being they will be deposited at the inner side of the plasma membrane. So it will increase the surface area or thickness of the cell membrane. So this is all about the concept of what, that is Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies. But in the case of plant, as I told you, they are called dictyosomes. Actually, the diagram which you can see on the board, it is actually Golgi apparatus, but it is actually dictyosomes, because we are discussing the plant cell. So in the case of plant, Golgi complex, they are consist of what, units or arrays of what, Golgi type vesicles. They are called dictyosomes. This is very clear that what is dictyosomes. In the case of plant, Golgi complex in plant is consist of units or arrays of Golgi type vesicles called dictyosome, and these are the units of what, dictyosome. This is one dictyosome, this is another dictyosome, this is, and similarly these are the units of what, dictyosome, and each dictyosome is then consist of what, bundle of what, curved. These are curved flattened cisternae. One thing should be remember, that these membrane contain some material. As I told you, these material, they are coming from the nucleus in the form of what, secretion. For example, here proteins, they are coming from the nucleus. So they will be transported from one dictyosome into another, because here sorting will occur. Then the protein will be modified. Then protein will be stored or packed into finished products in the form of what, secretory vesicle, and finally they will be pinched off from the maturation phase or distal phase of the dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus, and they will be concentrated or deposited here, and finally it will be disposed of or secreted out from the cell to be utilized by the neighboring cells. In the last, we will discuss the functions of what, Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. But in the case of plant, as I told you, that they are called dictyosomes. So what is the function of what? What are the function of what? Dictyosomes. As I told you, these dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus, they are involved in the storage of what? Secretory products. As I told you, the dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus, they are mainly involved in the storage of what? Products. Storage of product. Secretory products. They may be protein, they may be hormone, they may be enzymes, they may be different kinds of what, other secretion. For example, in plants, latex, gums, mucilages, resins, etc. Second function is the Golgi apparatus, they are involved in the modification and sorting, packaging of secretory products. So the secretory products which are coming from the nucleus in the form of raw material, they will be modified, they will be changed into another product. Then they will be sorting. Sorting means choose and pick. That what material they will be separated, or what kind of material they will be stored or they will be released off from the dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus, and then they are finally packed into finished product, that is called secretory products. So different kinds of secretory products they are produced in the case of plant as well as in the case of animals. Then third function is the synthesis of polysaccharide. The most important role of the dictyosomes or Golgi apparatus is the synthesis of polysaccharide, that is complex polysaccharide from simple sugar. From simple sugar, that is simple sugar, they are glucose, fructose, galactose. So these sugars they are combined to form complex polysaccharide, that is starches, that is celluloses, that is chitin, that is glycogen, etc. So these are complex polysaccharide. So the process of formation of complex polysaccharide or polymers, they occur in these dictyosomes in the case of plants or Golgi apparatus in the case of animals. Then another important function of the dictyosomes, that is Golgi apparatus, that is the synthesis of glycoprotein and glycolipids. Glycoprotein and glycolipids, they are also called glycocalyx. The important component of this plasma membrane. As we have talked about glycocalyx, the cell surface code, cell surface marker, and they have an important role in the identification, recognition of antigen. Also it provides hormone receptor site, it has sensitivity against the antigens, etc. So this is because of glycoprotein and glycolipid, which are collectively called glycocalyx. So these conjugated molecules, that is glycoprotein and glycolipids, they are synthesized here in the units of dictyosomes or Golgi bodies, the important function. Then secretion of digestive enzyme in animal, different kinds of digestive enzyme which are secreted by pancreas, by stomach, by our intestine. I am talking about in the case of animals and humans. So the secretion of digestive enzymes, the Golgi apparatus, they are involved. But if we talk about the plant cases, so different kinds of secretion which are produced from the plant cells. For example, mucilages which are sticky substances which can be seen exude out from the plant cell. So they are cell secretion, and in this cell secretion dictyosomes they are involved. Gums, they are another secretion produced in the plant cell because of these dictyosomes. Latex, a white milky substance. So latex is a poisonous substance, you can say, a white milky substance secreted from the plant cells. So latex is also another product produced by dictyosomes. Also resins which are produced in the case of pinus plants, or pinus trees, gymnosperms. So these resins, they are also produced as a result of secretion from the plant cells, and in the plant cells dictyosomes are involved in all these secretions. So this is all about the Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies or dictyosomes in the case of plants. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we will talk about another cell organelles, the most important cell organelles, which are lysosomes. Lysosomes, they are the cell organelles which can be imagined as digestive system of the cell. Just like in the humans, digestive system work for the digestion of different food material, which include this digestive system constitute the oral cavity, alimentary canal, and different types of organs they are associated with the digestive system. Different kinds of enzymes they are working in this whole digestion process. Similarly, In the case of what living cells, especially the eukaryotic cells, a sort of what bodies or cell organelles, they are present associated with the digestive process or digestion process of the cells. These cell organelles, they are called lysosomes. Lysosomes, as the name indicates, lysosomes is the combination of what? Two Greek words. They are Greek in origin. Lyso means splitting. Soma or somes mean bodies. So by combining these two words, that is lyso and soma, the meaning of lysosome is they are splitting bodies. We will discuss later on that why they are called splitting bodies. Now, who discovered these important cell organelles? It was Christian D. Dove in 1949 who discovered these important cell organelles. Now, what are lysosomes? Lysosomes, they are cytoplasmic organelles found in all eukaryotes. Eukaryotes mean they are present in animal cell as well as in the plant cells and fungal cells. These cytoplasmic organelles, they are different from other cytoplasmic organelles, for example, peroxisomes, glycosomes, mitochondria, plastid, etc. So they are different from other cell organelles due to their morphology. Because they are different in their morphology, that is size, shape, appearance and other things. Then structure of what lysosomes. So lysosome, they are sac-like structure, simple sac-like structure, membrane bonded structure, because they are bonded by a membrane, that is biomembrane. One is the plasma membrane which surround the cell of an organism. Other, they are called biomembrane which surround the cell organelles. So they are the cell organelles which are bonded by a single membrane, and they are sac-like structure with pouch-like structure. Sac-like structure is a structure in which a membrane enclose certain bodies to protect, to enclose, that is secretory material or different kinds of material inside in it, which may be enzyme, which may be different kinds of secretions. So lysosome, they are simple sac-like structure surrounded by a single membrane and containing a variety of powerful digestive enzymes. For example, hydrolases, which is a class of enzyme actively involved in the digestion process. Beside hydrolases, acid phosphate enzyme, they are also present in these cell organelles as they are sac-like structure. So sac-like structure is any body surrounded by a membrane enclosed certain chemical, certain secretion in the form of digestive enzyme. Digestive enzymes are those enzymes which help in the digestion process. That is, they broken down a large food particle into simple one. So this is the function of hydrolases and acid phosphatase enzyme. They are present in the lysosome, which are simple sac-like membrane bonded structure. Now the basic function of the lysosome, as the name indicates, that they are digestive system of the cells. So not only they are involved in the digestion process, but also they are also involved in the engulfing activity or property. Because any foreign bodies or particles come to the cell, so they are immediately engulfed by these lysosomes. So this property or this activity or this behavior of the lysosome inside in the cell is called phagocytosis. As I told you in the previous lecture, phagocytosis is the cell eating process. Cell eating process. Any foreign objects or material want come inside in the cell. So they are in attack and they are engulfed by certain cells here, lysosomes. So lysosomes have what? Lysosomes are abundant in those cells. They are actively involved in the phagocytotic activity. One of the example is white blood cells, that is neutrophils. So neutrophil cells, they are those cells which are actively involved in the phagocytotic activity because of the presence of what? Lysosome. As neutrophil, they are cells. So cells have cell organelles, that is in the form of what? Lysosome, and lysosomes have enzymes in them in the form of hydrolysis, that is powerful digestive enzyme, and acid phosphate enzyme. Because of these enzymes, the foreign material or objects or food particle, they are engulfed and converted into digestible pieces for the absorption of what? Cell to run their metabolic activities. So where these lysosomes are important cell organelles, they are synthesized. So they are synthesized in the Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus or dictysome in the case of plants. They are pinched up or budded off from the forming phase of the Golgi bodies. We have discussed about the Golgi bodies or dictysome in the plant. So the material coming from the nucleus and from other cells, and they are passed through the dictysomes units where they are sorted, they are modified, they are stored, and then they are packed and pinched off in the form of what? Secretory vesicle. So some of the secretory vesicles which are pinched off from the Golgi bodies, that is trans phase, maturing phase, which is toward the cell membrane, they become what? They become lysosomes. But which lysosome they are formed? Initially they are called primary lysosomes. Primary lysosomes. These are the secretory vesicles which are pinched off from the forming phase of the dictysomes or Golgi complex. These secretory vesicles, they are called primary lysosomes. So where they are synthesized, what is the site of its production? The site of production of lysosomes, they are Golgi bodies, and which phase is involved? That is forming phase, the maturation phase is involved in the formation of what? These secretory vesicles, and these secretory vesicles then become what? Primary lysosome. Then primary lysosomes, they are sac-like structure, just like these are sac-like structure. These are sac-like structure. Then these primary lysosome then attach with the food vacuoles. These are the food vacuoles. So primary lysosomes when attach with the food vacuoles, because food vacuoles also contain enzyme. So the combination of primary lysosome plus food vacuole gave rise to secondary lysosome. Secondary lysosomes, they are the mature form of the primary lysosomes. Primary lysosome. And then these are the secondary lysosomes which are involved in the engulfing activity, which are involved in the digestive activity inside in the cells. Any foreign bodies in the form of pathogens, in the form of invaders, food, water, etc. So they are immediately engulfed by these secondary lysosome due to the presence of what? Powerful digestive enzyme, that is hydrolysis and acid phosphate enzymes in them. So that is why they are called digestive system of the cells. They are involved in the engulfing activity. Then the secondary lysosomes, they are also involved in the they are also called autophagosomes. Autophagosome. Auto mean self, phago mean eater, somes mean bodies. So autophagosomes, see these secondary lysosomes in some stages of their life, they become what? Autophagosomes, because they are involved in the autophagy, that is self eating process of the cell. A stage come in the life cycle of cell when the cell parts become damaged or worn out or aged. So these aged, damaged, worn out part of the cell and cell organelles, they are digested. Due to the attack upon these secondary lysosome, then process this behavior of secondary lysosome, they are called, or lysosome, they are called autophagosomes, because they are involved in the cell eating process of the cells, and hence got this specific name, that is suicide bags. So because of the cell eating process, because when a cell become mature, when it complete a lifespan, or cell organelles become damaged, so these lysosome, the membrane burst and release the hydrolysis enzymes or acid phosphatase or other enzyme in them, which not only engulf the which not only split its own bodies, but also engulf the cell in which they were present. So this property of the lysosome is called autophagy, that is cell eating process, and because of this characteristic, the lysosome, they are also called suicide bags. But this process occur not all the time, because in normal process the lysosome secrete what different kinds of enzymes for the recycling of material, or to attack damaged, worn out, aged parts or cell organelles. So they are also called scavengers because of this property, that is recycling of material, damaged, worn out or aged part of the cell. They are attacked and engulfed by the secretion of enzymes. So that is why the cell become clean. So that is why, because of this property, the lysosome, they are also called scavengers. That is cleaners, or they are also called purifiers, because they help in the cleaning of the environment of the cell. They purify inside the environment of the cell, but this process occur in the normal process. Whenever the cell become aged or damaged, or it complete its lifespan, so the lysosome inside in the cell burst, their membrane burst, and the enzyme containing in them, that is hydrolysis and other enzyme, they release inside in the cell. So not only lysosome cause its own death, but also it cause the death of the cell in which these lysosome, they were present. So because of this property, the lysosome, they are called suicide bags, as they are involved in the autophagy, that is self-eating process. And because of autophagy phenomena process, the lysosome, they are also called autophagosomes. Auto means self, phago mean eating, and somes mean bodies. That is, lysosome are such bodies which are involved in the engulfing of food, not only its own damage, but also it also causes the engulfing of the cells or the death of the cell in which they were present. So that is why, because of this property, they are called autophagosomes. Now, there are certain diseases concerned or linked with the malfunctioning of lysosomes, because in a normal cell or in a healthy cells, lysosome, they are working normally, but sometimes due to congenital diseases are the diseases which are inherited diseases, which is by birth, which are genetic diseases. Sometimes due to congenital diseases, the lysosome can't function properly due to the absence of a gene, due to the lack of gene which is responsible for the production of enzymes. So if that enzyme is not present, so how lysosome will work in the process of food digestion. So the malfunctioning of food lysosome gave rise to different kinds of food diseases, and these diseases, they are called congenital diseases. These are the genetic diseases which are by birth, which are inherited diseases, which are transmitted from parents to their offsprings due to the lack of a gene and due to the lack of enzymes which should be present in the lysosome, but due to malfunctioning of the lysosome, due to genetic defect, due to mutation, these enzymes, they were absent from the lysosome. So that is why lysosome will not be able to perform its normal function. So it will lead to lysosomal storage diseases, which is abbreviated as LSD, lysosomal storage diseases, due to the malfunctioning of what lysosome. As I told you, malfunctioning, why malfunctioning of lysosomes happen or occur? Due to the lack of a gene, because one gene, one enzyme concept. Because for specific enzyme, specific gene is responsible. If that gene is lack or damaged or malfunctioning, so how it will produce or release a specific types of enzyme, so that enzyme or that gene will be absent. Because of what? Mutation. Mutation is the sudden changes or abrupt changes in the genetic material, that is chromosome, genes and DNA, which leads to different kinds of what? Genetic diseases. Two types of what? Lysosomal storage diseases, they are mentioned in your text. One is the glycogenesis type 2. Glycogenesis type 2, it is also called glycogenesis storage disease. Glycogen storage disease. Glycogenesis type 2 is a disease which is a type of what? Glycogen storage disease, GSD, glycogen storage disease. What happens in this disease? In this disease, excessive accumulation of what? Glycogen occur in the liver and muscles, and then in the time of need, whenever we need energy, because glycogen is converted into glucose and glucose is converted into glycogen. This is a normal process because due to the presence of what? Enzymes in the lysosome. Enzymes, they are responsible for the interconversion of glucose into glycogen, which is a storage product. Glycogen is a storage product or reserve product which are present in our liver and muscles. But due to the malfunctioning of lysosome, glycogen cannot be converted into glucose, because glucose, they are needed for our metabolic activity, because glucose is the instant source or instantaneous source of what? Energy. So due to the lack of a gene, due to the lack of what? Enzymes, excessive accumulation of what? Glycogen in liver and muscles occur due to the lack of a specific gene or enzyme. So it leads to what? It leads to different kinds of what? Diseases. One of the symptoms of glycogenesis type 2 is muscle weakness. Muscle weakness, because of the excessive accumulation of glycogen in our muscle become weak. And where it happen? This happen, the accumulation of what? Glycogen occur inside in the liver and muscle, because this is clear from this reaction, that is glycogen is converted into glucose. It need an enzyme which is called glycogen synthase enzyme. Glycogen synthase enzyme is responsible for the conversion of glycogen into glucose. This is a simple process. But when in glycogen type 2 disease, excessive accumulation of what? Glycogen occur inside in the liver and muscle due to the lack of an enzyme. Because glucose is converted into glycogen, which is a normal process. Glycogen is stored inside in the liver and muscles. But at the time of need, when our cells need glucose, because glucose is the readily source of energy, instant source of energy, so this glycogen is continuously accumulated inside in the liver and muscles, and then the time of need, glycogen cannot be degraded into glucose and again glucose again and again due to the lack of an enzyme that is called phosphorylase enzyme. Here phosphorylase enzyme is lacked, which is responsible for the breakdown of glycogen. Why? Due to the absence of that gene or due to the absence of enzyme. So this glycogen will be accumulated in excessive amount quantity in the liver and muscle, and finally it will lead to the muscle weakness. So this is a lysosomal storage diseases due to the lack of an enzyme in the lysosome. So here lysosome will not function properly. Another disease is called Tay-Sachs disease or Tay-Sachs disease. This disease is concerned with the excessive accumulation of lipids due to abnormality in gene, again, and abnormality of the lack of that enzymes. This disease is responsible for the excessive accumulation of lipids because it will affect the catabolism of the lipids, because catabolism and anabolism of the lipids is a normal process. Fatty acid and glycerol react bonded with each other to produce the lipids. Lipids, which are polymer, they are again broken down with the help of enzyme to produce fatty acid and glycerol. But in the case of Tay-Sachs disease, the excessive accumulation of lipids occur because due to the lack of a specific enzyme in the lysosome due to genetic defect or due to the lack of a gene. So this excessive accumulation of lipids will occur in the neurons, especially those neurons which are involved in the formation of brain, that is cerebrocytes of brain. So the brain cerebrocyte will be accumulated by these lipids, and this will cause the mental retardation, and also it will cause the death of that individual. This disease is a very rare disease. And this is concerned with the children or pediatrics. One thing should be remembered that glycogenesis type 2 is also a very rare disease because 1 out of 40,000 birth have these disease. So this is also a very rare disease. Lysosomal storage diseases, they are very rare diseases. Although they exist, but they are very rare diseases. So this is all about the word lysosome. That what are lysosome? Lysosome, they form the digestive system of the cell. They are splitting bodies, cytoplasmic organelle found in all eukaryotes. They are membrane bonded simple sac containing hydrolases, powerful digestive enzymes, acid phosphatase enzymes. They are involved in the digestive process of the cell, engulfing activity of the cell. So that is why they also protect us from various kinds of diseases, especially in the case of white blood cell, that is neutrophils. So neutrophils have abundant lysosome, and then that is why they are actively involved in the engulfing process and protect us from various kinds of diseases or invaders or pathogens, bacteria, viruses, etc. Then its synthesis, where they are synthesized in the Golgi bodies. They are pinched up or budded off in the form of secretory vesicle from the forming face of the Golgi bodies. So the first lysosome, young lysosome, they are called primary lysosomes. Then these lysosomes attach with the food vacuoles inside in the cell to produce the secondary lysosome. Secondary lysosome, they are mature lysosome, then they are involved in the digestion process of the cells. And sometime a time come when these secondary lysosome, they are also involved in the self-eating process, that is autophagy. So because of this characteristic, they are also called autophagosome, and hence then they got its specific name, that is suicide bags. When the cell become damaged or when the cell completed lifespan, so the lysosome inside in it, they burst. So they not only cause its own death but also cause the death of that cell in which they were present. Also the lysosome, they are involved in the recycling of material, damaged or worn out or aged part of the cell, they are digested. Also they are involved in the degeneration of cell. They are lysosome, they are also involved in the certain developmental process, for example the removal of what tadpole, frog tail, they can be removed by the lysosomal activity. Also when the human, they are fetus, so at the time of fetus, the digits of the human fetus, they are waived due to the presence of membrane in them. And at the time of birth or before birth, these membrane, they are dissolved, and that is why the digits, they are separated from each other. Sometime these digits, they are attached with each other because due to the attachment of membrane. Why these membrane, they are not dissolved? Due to the absence of what? Lysosome, or due to the absence of enzyme responsible for the removal or for the dissolution of what? These membrane. So this is all about the lysosome. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we will discuss about the another cell organelle that is called peroxisomes. Peroxisomes. The word peroxisomes is derived from a Greek word, that is peroxy and somes. Peroxy means peroxy oxidase, which is a type of enzyme. Or peroxy also means that it contains hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen, those bodies which contain hydrogen peroxide for the degradation, for the breakdown of what? Hydrogen peroxide. Somes mean bodies. So by combining these words, peroxisomes mean those bodies which contain peroxy oxidase or the enzyme responsible for the breakdown of what? Hydrogen peroxide. So such bodies, they are called peroxisomes. Peroxisome. These important cell organelles, they were discovered by the discoverer of the lysosome, that is Christian D. Dove in 1965. Now what is the definition of what peroxisome? Peroxisomes, they are small subcellular bodies. They are also called microbodies. They are also called microbodies because of its small diameter, which is about 0.5 micrometer. And these cell organelles, they are membrane bonded. They are membrane bonded, more dense as compared to the lysosomes, which are surrounded by thin membrane. But the peroxisome, they are, although membrane bonded, but they are more dense as compared to the lysosomes, and containing specific enzymes which are totally different from the lysosomes, which contain hydrolysis, acid phosphatase enzyme. But these bodies, peroxisome, contain specific type of enzyme, that is enzyme responsible for the breakdown of what? Hydrogen peroxide, that is catalase enzyme. Also contain peroxy oxidase enzyme. So the enzyme system is different, the size is different, the diameter is different as compared to the lysosomes, and also they are called microbodies because of its smaller diameter. So this is all about the peroxisome. Now what is its location, where they are found? They are found in eukaryotic cell because they are absent from the prokaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell they are present in animal cell as well as in the plant cells. In animal cells they are particularly present in the liver and kidney cells. Liver and kidney cells, where they are responsible for the breakdown of a highly toxic substance, a metabolite, which is produced as a result of metabolic activity. Because hydrogen peroxide is highly toxic or corrosive. Corrosive means it can damage the cell because it can cause the oxidation process. So peroxisome containing an enzyme which is called catalase. So with the help of catalase, hydrogen peroxide is broken down into harmless substances, that is water molecule plus oxygen. So that is why in this way the cells, they are protected from the corrosive effect of the hydrogen peroxide with the help of these peroxisome, because peroxisome in the animal cells inside in the liver and kidney cell, they are responsible for the breakdown of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. Similarly, in the plant cells, they are abundantly present in the green leaves. Green leaves, they are the site of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a normal process which is a food preparation or food building process of all the green plants. But sometimes the switchover occurs, that is normal process is stopped and another process is start when there is dry, hot summer days after the closure of stomata. This process is called photorespiration. So photorespiration, the respiration which occur in the plants during hot summer days after the closure of stomata. So instead of producing the PGA, that is phosphoglyceric acid, which is the food of the plant, which ultimately converted into trioses and glucoses, photorespiration occurs, and the product of photorespiration, that is a highly toxic substance, that is called glycolate. This glycolate is produced in glycolate cycle, and this is highly toxic. So to release its toxicity, the photorespiration occurs, that is this highly toxic substance is then converted into different substances in various steps, and finally serine plus carbon dioxide is produced. So in this whole process the peroxisomes, they are involved. Peroxisome in the case of plants, they are involved in the green leaves in the phenomena of photorespiration, and it is a result of photorespiration a highly toxic substance or acid is produced, which is called glycolic acid, that is C2H4O3. So this is the main function of the peroxisome in the plant cells. So this is all about the peroxisomes. Peroxisomes, they are the cell organelles which are involved in the degradation or the removal of toxic material from the animal's body and converted into harmless substances to protect the cell from its damaging effect. And they are different from the lysosomes. If we compare its enzyme system, its size, its membrane system, etc. So they are totally different from the lysosomes. Thank you. Today's topic for discussion is glyoxysomes. Glyoxysomes, they are the cytoplasmic organelles which are only present in, only found in the plant cell, because they are absent from the case of animal cells. And in the plant cells, they are only activated, they are only functioning at short period of time, at the time of seed germination, where these cell organelles, they are responsible for the conversion of complex food material, that is lipids, into carbohydrate, and this carbohydrate is then available for the young seedling to the embryo as their food and nourishment. So let's talk about the glyoxysomes, that what are glyoxysome, what is its role and function in the case of plants. So the word glyoxysome is derived from a Greek word, that is glyoxy and some. Glyoxy means glycolic acid oxidase, a type of enzyme which is present in these cell organelles. Somes mean bodies. So by combining these words, glyoxysomes are those cell organelles in the plants which contain glycolic acid oxidase enzymes in them. Beside glycolic acid oxidase, from which it got its specific name, that is glyoxysomes, it not only, these bodies not only containing glycolic acid oxidase but also catalase enzymes in them. Catalase enzyme in them. Now, who discovered these important cell organelles? These important cell organelles, they were discovered or studied by Henry Beavers of England for the first time in castor bean seeds, or the endosperm of castor bean seeds for the first time. Now, as I told you, these cell organelles, they are present only in plant cell and absent in the case of animal cells. And in the case of plant cell, they are only activated or functioning at the time of what? Germination of seeds, or they are active in the germinating seeds, or these cell organelles appear or activated for short period of time when there is germination of seeds. So these cell organelles, they are not activated in the normal process, in the normal life of the plants, but they only activate at the time of seed germination, which is a short period of what? Time for in the case of what? Plants. Now, what is the function of what? These cell organelles? These cell organelles, glyoxysome, they are responsible in the germination of seed, where they convert lipids which are stored in the seeds, especially the fatty seed or oily seeds. So lipids or fats, they are converted into carbohydrates, simple carbohydrate, because as compared to the lipids, carbohydrate, they are easily available as a source of nourishment or food for the young seedlings or embryo. So in this way, the lipids which are stored in the seeds, they are broken down or degraded into carbohydrate. Then carbohydrate, they are readily available for the young seedling. Seedling is a type of what? A young plant which is produced as a result of what? Seed germination, not from the cutting or any other vegetative method or procedure. So these glyoxysomes, they are only present in oily seeds which are rich in oil. They are rich in oily seeds. They are abundantly present in the oily seeds, for example cotton, mustard, peanut, canola, peanut, coconut, etc. So they are abundantly present in the oily seed, but they are poor or absent in the starchy and proteinaceous seeds. Starchy seeds, that is wheat, maize, rice, and proteinaceous seeds, that is pulses. So this is all about the glyoxysome. I repeat, glyoxysomes, they are the cell organelles which are exclusively present in the case of plant cell. They are totally absent in the case of animal cells. The word glyoxysome is derived from two words, that is glyoxy, which mean glycolic acid oxidase, a type of enzyme. Somes mean bodies. So those cell organelles in the plant which containing glycolic acid oxidase enzyme, beside this enzyme catalase is also present, and they were discovered by Henry Beavers of England for the first time in the endosperm of the castor bean seed. They are the cell organelles only present in the case of plant cell, absent in the case of animal cell. They are present at the time of germination of seeds for a short period of time. So they are They are responsible for a process in the seed that is called germination process, where the lipids stored in the seeds, they are converted into carbohydrate. This process is called, remember, this process is called glyoxylate cycle. Lipids, when they are converted into carbohydrate by glyoxysome, this process is called glyoxylate cycle. Carbohydrate, they are produced as an end product. Carbohydrate is available for the nourishment or for the food output embryo of the young seedlings. So also they are rich in the oily seed and poor in the starchy and proteinaceous seed. So this is all about the glyoxysome. Thank you.